Carl Jung cautioned us about a concealed dimension within our psyche, a place where we bury the emotions we refuse to confront. He referred to this as the shadow, a hidden aspect of ourselves that harbors resentment, envy, anger, and even hatred. Society encourages us to stifle these feelings, training us to don masks of civility and warmth, even towards those we secretly disdain. Yet, the shadow never truly vanishes. It lingers just beneath the surface, waiting for a moment to emerge, the most poignant aspect. No matter how diligently someone attempts to hide their genuine emotions, subtle fissures inevitably appear in their facade. Have you ever sensed something amiss in someone close to you? Their words may be kind, their gestures inviting, yet deep within, you can feel an unspoken tension, a chilling undercurrent beneath their smile. This is the tragic paradox of concealed animosity. People seldom confess to harboring resentment, but their subconscious always finds a way to express it. A fleeting glare, a hollow laugh, or a seemingly innocent joke with a sharp sting. These are the breadcrumbs of hidden emotions. And if you learn to recognize them, you can uncover the painful truths that lie beneath the surface. But why do people conceal their true feelings in the first place? For many, it transcends mere social expectations. It delves into self-deception. The shadow is not only hidden from others, it is often obscured from ourselves. Someone who secretly resents you may not even grasp the depth of their own feelings. They stifle their jealousy, convincing themselves that their intentions are pure, even as their subconscious betrays them with fleeting expressions of contempt. Jung posited that when individuals fail to confront their shadow, it lurks in the depths, influencing their actions in ways they cannot comprehend. This is why uncovering hidden resentment requires more than just paying attention to spoken words. It necessitates an acute awareness of subtle body language, fleeting micro-expressions, and behavioral inconsistencies. Most crucially, it calls for a profound understanding of human nature. If you've ever sensed a dissonance between someone's words and their actions, trust that instinct. The shadow always leaves its mark, and those who learn to recognize it can shield themselves from its effects. No matter how skillfully someone attempts to conceal their true feelings, the unconscious mind inevitably reveals them. Carl Jung asserted that what is suppressed will eventually surface, often in ways that elude conscious awareness. This is where micro-expressions come into play, those brief, involuntary facial movements that last mere moments yet unveil a person's authentic emotions. A fleeting sneer, a slight clenching of the jaw, or a glimmer of disdain in the eyes. These small gestures resonate more profoundly than words. Picture engaging in a conversation with someone who professes to support you, only to notice their smile falter for a split second when you share your achievements, before they hastily restore it. Or perhaps their voice takes on a subtle edge, tinged with an unease that wasn't present before. Such moments linger in the air, heavy with unspoken truths. These are not mere coincidences. They are the dark whispers of the unconscious, clawing their way to the surface, revealing emotions they desperately wish to conceal. While most fixate on spoken words, those attuned to the fleeting micro-expressions can unearth the sinister truths lurking beneath. Beyond the masks of facial expressions lie other subtle signals that betray hidden animosity. Observe the inconsistencies in behavior. Someone who harbors secret disdain may resort to passive-aggressive maneuvers, small yet revealing gestures like insincere compliments, or conveniently forgetting significant details about you. Their energy shifts ominously in your presence, even as their words remain deceptively polite. Watch their body language. Do they instinctively recoil when you approach? Do their eyes flicker with a truth that contradicts their carefully chosen phrases? The unconscious never truly remains silent. It always finds a way to seep through the cracks, even when the conscious mind strives to bury it. Jung warned that much of human behavior is driven by shadowy forces lurking just beyond our awareness. This is why individuals often falter in their attempts to mask their resentment. They may think they are being subtle, but their unconscious betrays them through the tiniest of actions, revealing the darkness that festers within. Once you train yourself to recognize these signals, you will no longer be misled by insincere smiles or superficial niceties. You will start to perceive individuals for who they genuinely are, rather than merely who they choose to portray. Hatred doesn't always originate as hatred. It can sometimes stem from something much more subtle: admiration. Carl Jung posited that envy often lies at the heart of concealed resentment. When someone identifies traits in you that they secretly wish they possessed, such as confidence, success, intelligence, or even a sense of tranquility, they may initially admire you. However, over time, that admiration can sour into bitterness, particularly if it compels them to confront their own shortcomings. This transformation is often barely noticeable at first. They may cheer for your achievements, yet a trace of irritation may seep into their tone. They might offer you compliments, but their demeanor may reveal tension. Deep down, they are measuring themselves against you. And as they perceive their own inadequacies, their subconscious begins to turn against you. Rather than striving to better themselves, they externalize their frustration, blaming you for their feelings of inferiority. The reality is that the issue lies not with you, but with their unresolved internal struggles. Jung described this phenomenon as psychological projection. When individuals refuse to confront their own flaws or insecurities, they project those emotions onto others. If they feel weak, they may label you as arrogant. If they feel unsuccessful, they might consider you lucky or undeserving. Their bitterness morphs into a warped reflection, casting their own struggles as your shortcomings. This is why someone who secretly loathes you may unleash criticisms that feel unnervingly personal or wildly exaggerated, as if your mere presence is a provocation. The most sinister aspect of concealed envy is its ability to disguise itself. It can masquerade as concern, constructive feedback, or even a facade of friendship. They may present themselves as allies while stealthily eroding your confidence, offering advice that feels more like a dagger than guidance, and celebrating your missteps rather than your triumphs. To uncover this hidden malice, you must peer beyond their words and sense the lurking emotions beneath. Do they genuinely wish you well, or do they take a twisted pleasure in your hardships? Once you learn to discern this treacherous dynamic, you can shatter the illusion and shield yourself from the toxic grip of those who resent you for simply existing. When someone harbors such dark feelings but cannot voice them, they often resort to insidious psychological tactics. Two of the most common instruments of concealed animosity are gaslighting and passive-aggressive behavior. These strategies allow them to strike at you while cloaked in plausible deniability, leaving you to question your own reality. These techniques enable individuals to attack you while keeping a facade of plausible deniability, leading you to question your own perceptions instead of acknowledging their hostility. Carl Jung posited that the unconscious mind significantly influences human behavior, suggesting that even if someone is unaware of their own resentment, it can still manifest in their actions. Gaslighting is one of the most deceptive strategies employed by someone who secretly harbors dislike for you, as it subtly undermines your sense of reality and causes you to doubt yourself. They may trivialize your concerns with comments like you're overreacting or that never happened, even when you have a clear memory of the incident. They might also contradict their previous statements or manipulate situations to make you feel unreasonable. Over time, this can diminish your confidence, leading you to question your instincts and even your sanity. It serves as a form of psychological manipulation, allowing them to exert control without engaging in direct confrontation. In contrast, passive-aggressive behavior manifests differently. Rather than openly expressing their resentment, they allow it to surface through backhanded compliments, sarcasm, or subtle acts of sabotage. They might conveniently forget to invite you to significant events or provide seemingly helpful advice that is actually intended to undermine you. Their malice masquerades as humor, concern, or innocence, allowing them to easily brush off any accusations with a casual, "I was just joking," or "You're misinterpreting this." Their true aim is to inflict pain while evading any consequences. Jung warned that repression doesn't erase emotions. It merely distorts them, forcing them to emerge in twisted forms. Those who engage in gaslighting and passive aggression often remain oblivious to their own dark motivations. They convince themselves they are being rational or even benevolent, yet beneath the surface, their shadow lurks, orchestrating actions fueled by deep-seated resentment. Recognizing these insidious behaviors is vital. Once you see them for what they truly are, you can break free from their grasp. The moment you cease to doubt your own reality and begin to trust your instincts, their hold over you starts to wane. Carl Jung posited that the shield against hidden resentment and toxic energy lies in self-awareness. When you genuinely understand yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, and values, others' negativity loses its sting. Their passive-aggressive jabs no longer rattle your confidence. Their manipulations fail to make you question your reality, and their envy transforms from a personal assault into a mere reflection of their own unresolved demons. Jung referred to this transformative journey as individuation, the process of integrating all facets of the self, including the shadow, so that you are no longer a puppet to the unconscious forces that dictate the behavior of so many. In this dark dance of manipulation, the true horror lies in the realization that the monsters we face often wear familiar faces, cloaked in the guise of friendship. The first step is to acknowledge that the emotions of others are not your burden to bear. If someone harbors resentment, envy, or a hidden loathing for you, that is their dark struggle, not yours. It is merely a reflection of their own insecurities, a torment that has festered within them long before you entered the picture. The instant you cease to absorb their negativity is the moment you reclaim your power. Rather than reacting with emotion, you can observe their twisted behavior from a distance, recognizing that their bitterness is a shadow of their own making, not a reflection of your worth. Yet, mere awareness is insufficient. You must also erect barriers. Shielding yourself from toxic souls does not entail battling them or attempting to alter their nature. It means refusing to play their sinister game. When someone tries to gaslight you, stand resolute in your own reality. When they strike with passive-aggressive jabs, deny them the emotional response they crave. When they seek to ensnare you with guilt or obligation, remember that their feelings are not your chains to bear. Jung posited that true power emanates from within, and when you nurture your inner strength, the external darkness can no longer touch you. The most formidable weapon you possess is the ability to convert their darkness into a catalyst for your own ascension. Rather than allowing their bitterness to sap your strength, let it serve as a chilling reminder of your own evolution. Those who harbor envy are merely reflecting their own failures. Their concealed animosity signals that you are transforming, embodying a power they can only dream of. So, instead of succumbing to their shadows, let their malice propel you into the abyss of your potential. If this video has illuminated your path through the murky depths of understanding, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and activate notifications. I unveil the sinister layers of the mind and reveal the unsettling truths about yourself and the world that lurks around you every day.